What if I told you that the guilt you feel when you're sitting on the couch doing absolutely nothing is actually a misunderstanding of one of the most powerful tools for success? Welcome to The Last Read, where we turn books for your ears into wisdom for your life. I'm your host, and today we are dissecting a book that challenges the very foundation of our modern, exhausted work ethic. We are looking at The Art of Laziness by the mysterious author known as Library Mindset. Now, before you get too excited, this isn't a guide on how to binge watch Netflix without shame. It's about something far more interesting: strategic laziness. We live in a culture that screams at us to hustle 24/7. We wear our 60-hour work weeks like badges of honor and treat silence like an enemy. But The Art of Laziness argues that we've got it all backward. The book suggests that laziness is a luxury in a world that glorifies busyness, and if used correctly, it's the secret weapon to achieving more by doing significantly less. But first, who is telling us this? Library Mindset isn't your typical author tucked away in a cabin. It's actually a massive online community, a digital curator that sifts through the noise of the internet to find the signal. They take ancient Stoic philosophy, history's greatest lessons, and the psychology of high performers, distilling them into this manual for living. And their first lesson? Stop treating your body like a machine that never needs maintenance. Think about a car engine. If you're driving down the highway and smoke starts pouring out of the hood, you don't press the gas harder, you pull over, you let it cool down. If you don't, you destroy the engine. The book argues that the feeling of laziness is just your body's check engine light. It's not a moral failing, it's a biological request for maintenance. Yet in our hustle culture, we ignore the smoke and keep grinding, confusing motion with progress.
This brings us to the core mathematical principle of the book, the Pareto principle, or the 80-20 rule. The author posits that 80% of your results come from just 20% of your efforts. This means the vast majority of your day, the email checking, the color coding, the busy work, is statistically irrelevant to your success. Productive laziness is the permission to be ruthlessly lazy about that useless 80%, so you can be ferocious about the 20% that actually moves the needle. It's about building a garden to attract butterflies rather than exhausting yourself chasing them with a net. So why is this so hard to do? Why do we default to doom scrolling instead of doing that vital 20%? The book explains that we get trapped in the comfort zone, which the author brilliantly describes as a soft prison. The bars aren't made of steel, they're made of pillows and excuses. We procrastinate not because we are lazy, but because we are avoiding negative emotions like anxiety or boredom. Our brains are wired to prioritize short-term safety over long-term gain. To break out of this soft prison, you have to realize that you are choosing between two types of pain. As the saying goes, we must all suffer from one of two pains, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. The pain of discipline weighs ounces, it's the temporary struggle of starting the work. But the pain of regret, that weighs tons. That is the crushing burden of looking back years from now and realizing you stayed in the soft prison when the door was unlocked the whole time. To minimize that pain of discipline, the book attacks one of the biggest myths of productivity: multitasking. Library Mindset argues that multitasking makes us stupider. Every time you switch from a report to a text message, you pay a switching cost. It takes roughly 23 minutes to regain deep focus. If you're switching tasks every 10 minutes, you are functionally operating with a fraction of your intelligence.
The solution is deep work. The book argues that 2 hours of pure, undistracted focus on your vital tasks is worth more than 8 hours of distracted, office-style busyness. If you can crush your work in 2 hours of intensity, you earn the right to be lazy for the rest of the day. You earn your freedom. But if the logic of working less to achieve more isn't enough to motivate you, the book offers one final, terrifying visualization tool: the death calendar. Imagine a sheet of paper with rows of empty boxes. Each box represents 1 week of your life, assuming you live to be 80. That's about 4,000 weeks. When you black out the weeks you've already lived, you are left with a finite number of empty squares. It's a stark realization that someday isn't a guaranteed date, it's just a blank box you haven't filled yet. This concept, rooted in the Stoic idea of memento mori, forces you to stop waiting. It screams that the time to start that business, write that book, or get in shape is right now, simply because you are running out of boxes. So here is the takeaway from The Art of Laziness. Stop confusing being busy with being effective. Identify the 20% of tasks that actually matter and attack them with deep, singular focus. Reject the myth of multitasking and use the reality of your limited time to fuel your discipline. Ultimately, this book teaches us that hard choices lead to an easy life, while easy choices lead to a hard life. If you're ready to stop waiting and start living, I've put a link to buy the book right in the show notes. It's a quick read that might just change how you view your entire life. Thanks for listening to The Last Read. Take a look at your calendar and ask yourself, are you filling those boxes with busy work, or are you filling them with life? I'll catch you in the next episode. Goodbye.